Go. Hi. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about the gua. So there's a big problem in, you know, if you want the jin to come up your legs and through your body, the connection between the hip joint and the sacrum has to be clear and solid. So when you shift into one leg, basically this leg has to be empty enough for the sacrum to move over towards the full leg. Okay, so if you're holding with this leg, then you can't let, that won't ever happen. The sacrum's stuck. So when you shift, you have to make sure the sacrum moves with your body, and that moves the spine into the leg so that the jin can come up through the hip joint and through the back eventually, and then eventually through the arms. So the hips are one real big problem with this. So when that connection happens, it happens with something they call the wei lu. And the wei lu connects in with the leg and the jin in the leg, and that goes, the wei lu then translates that energy through the spine. And there's other places it can get stuck, of course, but that's the first one. So as beginners, you should really work on that. Also, when you bend the hip joint and create this crease here, it allows the sacrum to move in closer to the hip joint as well. So there's this kind of, not just shifting, but you have to actually bend the hip joint and get the weight into that foot. And then drop into that crease. And this will keep you from overextending your knee too. So if you don't drop that crease, the knee will overextend and you'll hurt your legs, actually, your knees. So you don't want that. On the back leg, it's not as important, that relationship in terms of the knee, but because of just the position of the sacrum and the hip joints, it doesn't hurt as much. But when you go on that front leg, you really have to make sure that knee doesn't go past the toe. Also, if your shoulder width, it also allows for this relationship to be clear, because you can actually differentiate between one leg and the other with that, in that time space between the two hip joints when they're shoulder width. Okay, so that's important. So when you shift, make sure you keep one gua closed, that's the full gua, the other gua, hip joint, open. So that's, again, the up and the out, and you should try to feel that happening to help you. So the up, again, will help you close the hip joint and drop the shoulder, and the out will help you open the empty leg, open that shoulder. Okay, thank you.